Tinfoil hat brigade, it is time to mount up. Neo Cards and Comics here. What is going on, YouTube people? I was not going to do a second video until next week on the Magic 30th thing, but this is just too good to pass up. So it appears that Magic the 30th Anniversary Edition went unavailable, whatever that means, after 35 minutes. Little to no issues for adding the cart, no website issues, no issues checking out. Everything seemed to be running super smooth, and Wizards has had issues in the past with website stuff during, crazy releases and stuff like that. So for this one to run perfectly fine, put me in the camp of the tinfoil hat. This thing did not sell out, and they pulled it. And to be fair, they never used the words sell out. Currently unavailable for purchase is what they are saying across the board. I'm going to go ahead and call nonsense on this one. I went to Sam's Club earlier today and got some bulk rolls of tinfoil, so I am prepared. I'm sorry, there's just zero chance this thing actually sold out, unless they only made like 10,000 of them. I don't know how many sold. We'll never know. But to me, it surely looks like this was a safe face maneuver of, hey, let's let this thing run for about 30 minutes, see how it goes. Oh crap, we got the initial rush, and now it's just kind of whatever. We need to yank this thing to make it seem like there is a bunch of demand for it. Here's the thing. Maybe it legitimately sold out. Maybe. Let's go to that 1% camp, that it maybe actually all this is on the up and up, and it 100% actually sold out. Here's the thing. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, because the narrative is they pulled it. And at this point in time, that's what matters. The people have spoken, and narrative street has been written. And the narrative is that this thing got yanked. It did not actually sell out. This was a face-saving maneuver after all the backlash on this product. They had to make it look like demand was really high. And they pulled it. The people have spoken, and the script has already been written. Innocent until proven guilty does not apply here. They were guilty the second this all went down. And that's really what matters. The narrative is now that this thing got pulled, and there's no way they'll ever change that. That's all anyone's going to want to rumor and speculate about. One, people love the tinfoil hat argument to begin with. Everyone wants to run to the conspiracy theory argument. We see it in just day-to-day life, period, full stop, let alone the collectibles world, whether it's Magic, sports cards, comic books, doesn't make a difference. People love a good tinfoil hat conspiracy theory. And this one, all the evidence is laid out there, and the masses are eating it up. Eating it up. So this thing's kind of screwed right from the get because of that. There's already some up on eBay. I looked, there wasn't very many up yet. That'll be something interesting to keep an eye on to see how many get listed, how many sell, to maybe give us a little bit of an idea of how many are actually out in the wild for the quick flip. But I've seen people listing them at 1,500. I saw someone running an auction. I will be very interested to see what that auction ends at and what these things sell like, because there really wasn't much demand. If you were basically in front of the internet when these things went live, you could have very easily gotten one, no problems at all. So we'll see what this, where this goes from here, and kind of how they want to spin this. If they were smart, if they were really smart and you were going to yank it, they should have pulled their website. They should have crashed the website on purpose. like 10 minutes into this thing, hey, psst, IT guy, press the red button. I know we tell you never to press the red button. Press it. Just we need like a 60-second outage to make this thing look legitimate, okay? All right? Yeah, whenever you want to press it, just press it. No, we told you to press. Why didn't you press it? Like, I feel like a conversation like that should have been had. Like, if you really wanted to sell this thing, and I'm not sell it as in like run the register, as in like sell this scheme that it is unavailable, not sold out, should have crashed the website yourself. Hey, Amazon, you're right down the street from us. We're all up here in Washington. Can you guys like pull our AWS server out for like just 30 seconds? It works for PWCC. You guys do it for them all the time. Can you hook us up? We need an AWS outage real quick. Yeah, we could do $100 credit too. It's not a problem. I mean, like, what? If you're gonna go for it, go all the way. Like, really sell this thing. Unavailable. Gotta love it. They can't put sold out. They don't want to say sold out. And then the funny part was, this I believe Dot Esports, which I think is a website, reached out to them to get clarification on what unavailable means, and they just doubled down on the same quote that they fed them. So it's just it's really comical how this is all played out, and the backlash to this has been insane. If it truly went the way that they only sold, a handful of these things, and a handful could be 10,000, but that would be considered a handful probably for as many of these things as they probably made, and we don't know what the print run was. But it really shows the power potentially of the consumers voting with their wallet. Like, a lot of people always talk about this of like, we need to vote with our wallet, we need to boycott this, we need to do X, Y, or Z thing. And it never really happens. Like, it makes a good video, it's a good talking point, everyone will go, yeah, I agree with you. But this is one of the first times, at least in the collectible space in recent memory, that I can remember this much outcry at a company. And now it is a feeding frenzy. Because tons of people are making content about this now, about the backlash to Hasbro, all of this. It's just like a self-fulfilling thing. It's in the news cycle right now. Big Magic channels are obviously talking about it. Rudy's kind of leading the forefront over at Alpha Investments. The Pokemon community's talking about it now. The Yu-Gi-Oh community's talking about it now. I'm in the sports card world. I'm talking about it. Some other people in the sports card world have been talking about it. Because these are issues that we're seeing across multiple collectible platforms, whether it's TCG space, sports card space, hell, the Marvel card trading space, comic books with variant covers. You could kind of go down the list of categories, and you could draw conclusions. They're not perfect. It's not apples to apples comparisons from one thing to the next, but you could bridge that gap and say like, okay, yeah, I could see what our version of this looks like. Whether it's the fact that there's 47 one-of-ones of every rookie that comes out in sports cards, or there's 67 variant covers in comic books of every modern release that basically mean nothing at this point, or TCG's printing stuff into the ground to meet demand, or overloading the consumer base that they can't even afford to keep up with standard play anymore, to making $1,000 boxes with 4 packs in it that are reprint proxies. And in the Magic world with Wizards of the Coast and Hasbro, you are officially seeing, the rebellion. The people have spoken, and it is a full-on go fuck yourselves, basically. That's how mad they have made their community and the collectors and the players of Magic. And I will be very interested to see if any of this spills over into other spaces. Do other communities look at the blowback that Hasbro has gotten from all this? And are they going to point to this and say, look what those guys did over there. Those guys and girls banded together and said, we're not going to stand for what you're doing to this product that we love anymore. We're finally going to make a united stand against this. Do we see groups from other communities, other collectible spaces, kind of use this as like a rallying cry and do the exact same thing, or try to do the exact same thing? I don't know. That the ripple effects of this inside the Magic world, from like that perspective of, if this thing truly did bust out and is a massive failure, where does Hasbro go next to kind of right the ship? That's its own interesting little bubble of stuff to discuss. And then there's this ancillary stuff of, does this have ripple effects outside of Magic the Gathering, where these other collector bases that are pissed off with their corporate overlords look at this moment and say, we could do this too. They did it. Why can't we do it for whatever item or grievance they have against corporate greed, corporate whatever you want to call it, to go anti-establishment against them, to try to protect whatever it is that they're into. So a lot of interesting things to discuss here today. I know I normally don't talk a ton of Magic the Gathering on the channel. I dabble in it on occasion. I played a ton of Magic the Gathering in middle school when Revised came out. Played a lot in college, ran up a lot of credit card debt in college playing Magic the Gathering back in the Onslaught block, Odyssey block. That was my time to shine. Went on and off throughout college multiple different times. And then currently dabble in Arena on occasion to this day, and has begun dabbling in the sealed wax market as well for Magic the Gathering. But I always have a fondness for the old Revised stuff, and for Onslaught and Odyssey block stuff. That stuff just hits me. A lot of memories come flooding back to me. A lot of old friendships, a lot of skipped classes at school, a lot of buying stuff I shouldn't have as an 18, 19-year-old with a fresh credit card with a $5,000 limit that didn't understand how interest rates work, but learned a lot of good long-term lessons for that. But fun times ahead in the collectible space. That's all I have for you guys and girls. Catch you on the next one. Like, comment, subscribe. You know the drill. Peace.